Hi, I'm Kelly. Welcome to class. Today you'll need a mat, which we'll put down later, a medium set of dumbbells and some water for hydration. We're going to work on strength, mobility and flexibility. Let's get started with the warm-up. Bring your feet a little bit wider than your shoulders with your toes pointing straight ahead. Roll your shoulders up, down and back a couple of times. Take a big deep breath in, reaching up. Exhale, lower down. Reach forward and pull back. Opening the chest as you pull the elbows back behind you. Pull back right then left. Swivel the foot and rotate the hips. Both arms forward and back. And pull back. Opening your chest, squeezing between your shoulder blades. Reach right then left. Leave your left hand forward. Now leave your right hand forward, pull the elbow back. Reach across side to side. Reach. Swivel the feet and rotate through your hips. Chest lifted. Four more times. 4, 3, 2. Now reach for your knees. Shift your weight side to side. Keep your toes pointing straight ahead. Hinge at the hip. Keep your abdominals tight and lengthen from the crown of your head to your tailbone. Give me 8, 7, 4, 3, 2. Reach down and up. Down and up. Now lift the heel. Push off. Just balancing for a moment on your left leg. Hold it down, sink down. Stretching the left inner thigh. Come to the center, turn your toes out and your heels in. Squat down, bending both knees. Press your knees back. Drop your right shoulder down, look up over your left. Other side. Toes go forward. Tuck your tailbone under. Release and lift up. Reach across, side to side. Reach. Chest lifted, shoulders down and back, thumbs up. Pull your opposite elbow back. 4, 3, 2. Reach down for your knees. Shift your weight side to side. Keep your feet pointing parallel, so toes straight ahead. 4, 3, 2. Reach down and up. Down and up. Now push off. Push and balance just for a moment on your right leg. Reach right up and down. Hold this one down. Sink down. Stretching the right inner thigh. Lift up, come to the center. Turn your heels in and toes out. Squat down. Open the knees. Drop your left shoulder down. Look up over your right. Press the knee back. Other side, press the knee back, come to the center, press both knees back, squatting a little bit deeper, opening the hips. Now point your toes straight ahead, squat down again, tuck your tailbone under, rounding through your lower back, stretching out and lengthening the lower back in a cat stretch. Release it and lift up. Roll your shoulders back. Take your right hand up. Take a hold with your left hand and pull to the left, stretching the right side of your body. Other side. Let's do that again. Take the wrist and pull it a little bit. And pull it a little bit. Bring the hands up, stretch right back. Press your hips forward, keep your abdominals tight. Bring your hands onto your thighs. Hinge forward. Lift up, inhale up. Stretch right back. Press the hips forward, abs tight. Open the arms. Hinge forward. Let's do that one more time. Last time, inhale up. Stretch, open the front of your body, abs tight. Open the arms and hinge forward. Squat down and lift up. Roll your shoulders back And let's get started with our strength work. We're going to do 2 exercises for 2 sets. There's 3 different sets. After each set of exercises, we'll do a stretch. Pick up your dumbbells. Now stand with your feet about hip distance apart and bring the dumbbells up to your shoulders. We're starting with a side squat. Lengthen through the spine, roll your shoulders down your back, and squat your left leg out to the side. So you squat and step in. Now stay on the same side, squat and step in. Up and squat. Staying on one side. On the second set, we'll do the other side. Sink down and lift up. Keep all 10 toes facing forward so your feet are parallel, like railroad tracks. Squat down, inhale down, and come up. Just move at your own speed. If this is too fast or too slow for you, just find a pace that works. Do one more. Good. Put one dumbbell down. Hold the other dumbbell, hold that one dumbbell in your right hand. Bring your left leg forward and your right leg staggered back. Lift the right heel off the floor, left hand on the thigh, hinge forward. Roll up. Drive your elbow up close to the side of your rib cage. Once you've seen it, look down towards the floor without dropping your head. So the head is lined up with the rest of the spine. From the tailbone through the crown of the head, the spine is long. Your abs are tight. Elbow drives up and back. Shoulder presses away from the ear. You're almost there. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pick up your other dumbbell. Let's do a second set. This time we'll do the other side of everything. Dumbbells come up to the shoulders. Feet hip distance apart. Step out to the right. Squat down and step in. Sit back through your hips. Keep your chest lifted. All 10 toes face forward. Step out. About shoulder width or even slightly wider is fine too. Sit back. Long spine. Inhale down and exhale up. You can always take a break. Do as many reps as you can. You're almost there. One more. Put one dumbbell down. Hold the other dumbbell in your left hand. Bring your right leg forward. Stagger your left leg back with the left heel lifted. Hinge at the hip, hand on the thigh, row up. Now, give yourself plenty of support with your hand on the thigh, right hand on the right thigh. Make sure you're hinging at the hip. Once you've seen it, look straight down and feel the muscles in the body working. You're working the muscles in your upper back, your lats, as well as your biceps, the front of your arms, as well as your abdominals. So the abs are working really hard when you bend forward. So use them as if you were doing a plank. Keep your abdominals tight. Breathe. Drive your elbow up and back. Shoulder presses away from the ear. One more rep. Good. Put your dumbbell down. Bring your feet out together. Lunge to the side, step in. Lunge to the side, step in. Lunge to the side, step in. Reach up and down. Now run, lunge to the left. Reach and step in. Other side, reach and step in. Reach and step in. Reach up and open. Lunge to the right and step in. Lunge to the left, big step. Lunge to the right, big step. Knees soft, reach up and open the body. Lunge to the left. Step in, lunge to the right. Hands on the thigh to give you back some support. Lunge to the left. Step in, now reach up. Up, inhale, and open. Lunge to the right. So working on some dynamic flexibility. Make these movements really big. Big step out. Now reach up. Lunge to the left. Reach down towards the inside of your shin or your ankle. Lift up and open. Lunge. Go a little deeper if you can. Lift up. Inhale. Exhale. Lunge to the left. This is the last set. To the right. To the left. Lift up. Inhale up. Exhale. You have time for a sip of water, and then we start with our next series of exercises. You'll need 2 medium dumbbells. So when you're ready, pick up your dumbbells and stand with your feet hip distance apart. Now, keeping your feet slightly apart is going to make it easier to balance. Lunge your left leg back and step in. Same thing, stay on one side. Let your back knee bend and step back onto the ball of your foot rather than the whole of your foot. So you step back onto the ball of the foot and keep your heel lifted. Keep your hips square and level. Shoulders square and level as I lose my balance. There is a balance challenge with a rear lunge. So don't step your leg back like you're standing on a balance beam. Keep your feet hip distance apart. Sink down, bend your back knee. Keep your chest lifted. One more. Good, I'm going to step back so you can see my hands. Bring the dumbbells up to your shoulders with your elbows forward. Separate your feet, shoulder distance or slightly wider. We're going to do an alternating push press. Sit back and press and lower slowly. Sit back, press, lower slow. Back, press. Back, press. So you move the hips back into a quarter squat. You press up with the palm of your hand facing in, thumb back. Elbows stay in front of the body. Squat, press. Your abdominals are tight. Do as many as you can. Take a break if you need to. Squat, press. Again, dip, press. One more each side. Dip, press. Last one. Dip, press. Good. Let's go back to the rear lunge, this time on the other side. Your right leg is going to lunge back. Stand nice and tall and set your posture. Here we go. Lunge and step in. Step back onto the ball of your foot. Keep the body nice and upright. Your front leg is the working leg. So Dig your front heel into the floor as you come up. Keep your shoulders down and back. Abs are tight. Feet hip distance apart. Sink down and come up. I love a combination of strength and mobility. Something we need to always work on. Couple more, losing my balance again. Good, shoulder press. Stepping back so you can see my hands. You can stay where you are. Feet hip distance apart or shoulder distance. Press and slowly down. Dip, press and slowly down. Quarter squat and press up. Keep the arms, so your elbows in front of the body. When you press up, fully extend your elbow. Do as much of the set as you can. Take a break if you need to. Press. One more. Dip, press, slowly down. Last one. Dip, press, and slowly down. Bring your dumbbells onto the floor, out of the way. Roll your shoulders back and separate your feet, hip distance. Stand nice and tall. Mobility. Lunge your right leg back. Raise your arms up. As you bend the knees, you'll feel a stretch in the front of the right hip. Lean to the left. Open the front of the right hip. Lift up. Now roll your heel to the floor rhythmically. Keep your feet pointing straight ahead. Step forward. Left leg back. Sink down. Bend both knees. Reach your hands up overhead. Palms of the hands face in. Lean to the right. Open the front of the left hip. Oh, that feels so good, doesn't it? Lift up. Now, press the heel to the floor. Roll through the foot. Feel that stretch in the calf. Step forward. Right leg back. Bend both knees. Sink down. Reach up. Lean to the left. Opening the front of the right hip. Doesn't that feel great? Come up. Roll through the foot. Press the heel, stretching the lower leg. Good, step in. Left leg back. Sink down. Reach. Overhead. Lean to the right. Open the front of the left hip. Pull the ribs away from the pelvis. Now roll through the foot. Separate your feet, shoulder distance, hands on the hips. This little combination of movements is all about hip mobility. So important that we maintain our hip mobility. Other way. Doesn't that feel good? Very simple. You should do this every time you get up from a chair. It looks silly, but boy, it's good for your hips. Last one. We have one more series of movements. Pick up one dumbbell, just one dumbbell this time. Stand with your feet together a little bit to your left so you can lunge out to the right. We've got a side lunge. Dumbbell is in the left hand, right hand on the thigh. Stand tall, shoulders down and back, lunge to the right. And step in, do it again. Big step out. Keep all 10 toes facing forward. Nice big step. Make sure your feet, your toes are pointing straight ahead. Sink down, sit the hip back, hinge at the hip. Bend down nice and deep. Last one. Good. Bring the dumbbell to your right hand. Left hand on the thigh. I'm going to give you a 3/4 view. We're going to work the arms, biceps and triceps, as well as a little bit of legs. Knees soft. Hammer curl. Hinge. Hand on the thigh. Press back 2 times. Hand to shoulder. Lift up. So it's like you're holding a hammer. Elbow in. Elbow up. Press back 2 times. Hand to shoulder. Lift up in one piece. And lower the arm. Curl hand, palm of the hand faces in. Hinge at the hip. Left hand is on the thigh to support the back. Lift and down. So we're working the biceps, hinge. Now the back of your arm, your triceps. Hand to shoulder, lift and lower. Bring the dumbbell into your left hand and just roll your right wrist. We're doing the other side before our next mobility move. Step a little bit to your right so you've got space on the left. Dumbbell in the right hand. Lunge, side and step in. Again, big step out. Make that the biggest step you can manage so that you can come back and control your posture. Sit the hip back, hinge at the hip, all 10 toes face forward. That's the 3 things you want to concentrate on. Sitting the hips back, keeping your toes pointing straight ahead, and hinging. When you hinge, you should be using your abdominals as if you were doing a plank. Push. Come up tall in between. Big step out. Last one. Dumbbell comes to your left hand. Last exercise before we finish with lots of stretching. Giving you the 3/4 view. So the hammer curl is here like this. Here we go. Hammer curl. Hinge. Press back 2 times. Hand to shoulder. Lift up in one piece and come down. Hand to shoulder. Elbow up. Press back. 2 times. Lift and come down. Keep your elbow close to the side of your ribs. Sit into that hinge. Got a little bit more weight in your heels than you do in the balls of your feet. Keep your spine long, stretching out from your tailbone to the crown of your head. And come down. Put your dumbbell down. Place it out of the way. Stand a little bit to your left. There's some balance with this next mobility combination. So the higher you lift the leg, the harder it is. Stand on your left leg. Now circle. Circle, step, and sweep. Swivel your left foot. Circle, step, and sweep. My clients call this Kung Fu. Circle, step, and sweep. There's definitely a lot of balance. It's a movement to create mobility in your hips. The rotation creates mobility in your upper back and hips. So it's right hip mobility, left hip mobility. 2 more. See if you can get a nice big circle, step and sweep. Let's do the other side. Step across the room so you've got some space on your left side. Stand on your right leg, circle, step, and swivel the right foot. Really important that you rotate the whole body like that. Circle, step, sweep the arms. Now that sweep with the arms is going to create some mobility in your upper back. Very important for our posture. to maintain mobility in the upper back and the hips as well. Your hips being mobile helps your lower back. It also protects your knees. Circle, step, sweep. Circle, step, and sweep. One more time. Circle, step, and sweep. Let's pick up your mat. Come down onto one knee and then come down into all fours. Now we've done a lot of hip mobility. I want to do some shoulder mobility work. Walk towards the back of your mat. You can pad your knees with a cushion if that's uncomfortable for you to kneel, but walk your hands all the way forward and then press your chest down. Keep your hands shoulder distance apart, not wider, and let your head and neck relax. Press down, and you're stretching into the shoulders and also creating some mobility in your upper back. So if you've got that roundedness in your upper back, this is a really good stretch for you. Definitely something to do every day. Walk in. Now bring one hand in front of the other, like you're on a balance beam with your hands. Sit back in the opposite direction. Lift up. And bring the other hand in front and sit back away from your hand. And come up. Tuck your tailbone under, release, drop your head, and release it. Inhale, lift your head, lift your tailbone. Let's do that again. Tuck your tailbone under, drop your head, and lift up through your lower back. Release that, lift your tailbone up, lift your head up. Inhale. And come up to half kneeling. Now, you may want to put a cushion underneath your knee. So if you need some cushioning on your knees, put a cushion underneath your knee. Take your right leg and step it forward. Scoop your tailbone under and squeeze the left glute. You're going to feel a stretch in the front of your left hip. Take your left hand and reach up. Lift the left side rib cage up and away from your pelvis, leaning a little bit to the right. Other side. Come to half kneeling, left leg forward, kneeling on the right knee. Place a cushion underneath your knee if you need the padding. Squeeze your right glute and tuck your tailbone between your legs till you engage a stretch in the front of the hip. Now lift up, take your right hand and reach up. Palm of the hand faces in, thumb back. Pull your ribs up and away from your pelvis. Oh, that feels so good. And come up to standing. Separate your feet. Squat down. Turn your toes out, and let's do a groin stretch. Press your knees back and sink down. And lift up. Step your right leg forward. Oops, lost my balance. Step your right leg forward, place the heel, swoop down, and stretch the back of your hamstring, the back of your thigh. Other side. Flex the foot. Hinge forward and swoop down. One more time. Hinge forward and swoop down. And come up. Roll your shoulders back. Big deep breath in. Open the front of your body, open the arms, open the chest, and roll your shoulders back. I hope you enjoyed class and you feel long and strong. Have a great rest of your day.